So last video I did like a little walk around and shit. Have the 38s and some other bullshit. Well, I broke ball joints on the driver's side, and the tire folded and shit. Folded on me. So currently I'm about to take the control arms off, press in the Keller ball joints because I'm going to be replacing these ones in these SuperAtv arms with Kellers. And once I do that, I will then be installing this SuperAtv frame stabilizer, frame stiffener. Just kind of sits over the little ears, and then send you some longer bolts, kind of stiffen up the frame, I guess, or whatever. Better than nothing. I don't have no track bars or link bars or nothing like that. I don't really think I need that, since these are just 4-inch portals. But jacked it up, got it sitting on the sitting on my ice chest. But I'll just have to take everything apart, and we'll see how fun that is. So I just finished pressing the first ball joint out, kind of using my press and a little piece of aluminum to kind of balance it out. It was like this. And with these Kellers, of course, it's a multiple piece. You know, you got a cap, and then you have the part that the stud goes through for the ball joints. So this part, depending on how yours is gonna be a little different. It may be like this or like this. But because the stud, this is the top of the arm, the stud needs to go through the bottom. It needs to go like this. So I need to put this little part that you actually have to press through here like that. That way the cap part sits on the top and screws in. Got it pressed in. I was wrong. I said it had to sit on that lip. It actually has to sit on that first lip. See if I can get it to focus. It has to sit on that first lip. And the reason is because the boot is going to sit over this first lip. You only have to press it to this lip. The boot sits over this lip, and then stud goes through it like that. So I guess technically now I could assemble it. Stud goes through like that, and the cap, I'm going to back up on this nut here and on this Allen, and you have to torque it to a certain foot-pounds. It's like 100 and something, I think. I'm gonna look it up. So you have to tighten this cap to 100 something foot-pounds. Then you tighten up on this Allen little screw here until that's your tensioner for the actual stud. And then you tighten down this little lock nut for that cap, and then you could just put your boot on, grease it up, and go from there. So I'm a dumbass. I was looking at it upside down. This actually has to be pressed up because the stud has to come through the bottom. So not a big deal. I'll just hurry up, press it out, push it back through. So that's the finished product. I just haven't torqued it or nothing yet, but they give you 2 little zip ties, one to put on the top of the boot and then the bottom of the boot here. So I got the arm upside down, just kind of show how I'm pressing it. I don't have the best setup. Like, I don't have any socket or anything that would fit under there. This one's too big. All my sockets are too small or too thick to fit. So what I'm just doing is just pushing the bottom out, and I got the front of the arm sitting on this piece of aluminum. It'd be better if it was steel so it wouldn't give, but I'm just pressing it, and then slow, 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 and it just comes out. Or it does that and flies the fuck off, but would help if I remove the snap ring, I bet, actually, first. So, yeah. All right, now that I removed the damn snap ring, if you look, it's coming very slow, and each pop like that is just coming. It's not centered up perfect, but I'll probably have to readjust it right quick, but pretty simple. So I got the frame stiffener up on the frame. I took the bolts on the other side as I'm putting these on side with the Kellers, and I was noticing I was having a hard time with the holes lining up. So what I did was I took my jack on this corner, pushed it up just enough so I could pass that bolt through. And I tapped it through, and then I'm gonna do the same on this side because the bolt is just barely off. So if you just push up on the bottom of these ears here, it lines up. Then once I do that, I'll just put everything back together. So I've got this big cap on tight to 150 foot-pounds is what you're supposed to put it to. I did about 155 just to make sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna so you're supposed to take this Allen little bolt here and tighten it down pretty good. I'll tighten it pretty snug and then back it off just a little bit. That should be good. And then you're gonna wanna torque this jam nut to 50 foot-pounds. So I'll set my torque wrench to 50 foot-pounds on that. So just wanna repeat the same shit. And for the bottom one, same shit for the other two sides, and that's pretty much it. So just finished with the Kellers and the frame stiffener. Frame stiffener, I just did the same thing I did on the other side. I jacked up on each corner to get the bolts to go through. Kellers, same shit. Brushed them out, greased them all up, greased all my bushings. For the Kellers, you're gonna need to get one of these little, people call them different things, but it's called like a needle grease insert or something like that. Sell them out of Riley's and shit. But everything should be good. I might have to bleed that brake line right here because it leaked a little bit whenever I kachowed. But we'll see about it. Everything should be good. I don't think my steering rack got messed up when it did break. But I do have to change this axle, which ain't that big of a deal. I need to order one, just take the tire off, the hub off, and then I can get to those bolts in the portal.